Hello. In my last video I showed how to make this. It's sort of a keychain screwdriver that I made from a pen screwdriver. It takes the 4mm standard so you can have different bits in it. You can either store a bit in it or just a la carte. It's super tiny, super lightweight. It's about a third the length of my pinky to give you an idea of its size. It can detach from your keychain with this quick release mount. So you can use it all by itself or just leave it on your keys permanently. In this video, I'm going to talk about the matching bit kit for it and my design goals in making a sort of perfect keychain screwdriver. Here's an idea of the scale, the size. It's roughly about the size of a Sharpie pen cap, just a little bit longer. I've also made it so that it'll fit in an Altoids tin, the short dimension, which I like. Initially, I just wanted to point out that you can take 4mm bits, put them in the cap, and carry 3 bits that way. So that might be a very compact, sort of lightweight method. As you see, this whole device is shorter than my pinky. These sort of all-in-one keychain tools, such as this bling Victorinox knife that I made in a recent video. It's kind of nice tools. They're pretty durable too, but if you do mangle one, your entire tool is shot. And that's the advantage to using interchangeable bits, or this Leatherman micro that I made after watching a video by Noah Spurrier on Instructables. If one of these screwdriver tips gets mangled, your entire product is shot. So having interchangeable bits is definitely preferable. One very important goal for me is that the product is very lightweight, and this registers 2 grams. Compare that to a small bit holding screwdriver made by Cobalt. This one weighs 30.7 grams, 30.6 grams. So obviously this is the clear winner for weight. The bits for my design should either store inside the screwdriver. This holds about 12 bits, for instance, not organized though, or be connected in some sort of a tethered collection. This is a little bit kit that came with the precision screwdriver, and I made this kit out of the blister pack material that came with the presentation box. This is the CalHawk 6-in-1 precision screwdriver that I used to make this. I bought 2 of them. And I just used my razor knife that I keep on my keychain, my tap knife that I've shrunk down, and I cut out this container, put a squash clamp around it, and that's how I made this little bit kit. Although it's better than nothing, having the bits sort of rattle around in a chamber is less than ideal. They get disorganized. There's no organization to it. I showed this little Altoids kit with a squash clamp, so they don't fall out. Ideally, they should have some organization rather than just rattling around loosely. So the bit positions aren't labeled. There's not that much organization. You can sort of see what the tips are, but I prefer ideally to have some kind of a labeling mechanism or able to see the side of the bits if the bits themselves have labels. Here's an example where all the bits have a labeled position. I kind of like that. I prefer to stick with either 4mm bits or standard 1/4-inch bits. They're much easier to find in case you lose one or if you mangle one to buy a replacement bit for your kit. Some bits are kind of interesting, like this Leatherman Flat Bit. It's semi-compatible with the full-size standard. For instance, they make this adapter so you can then use normal full-size bits. That's nice. Very important to me is how small and compact it is and how it attaches to your gear. I have to have a keychain attachment on whatever kind of a kit I'm going to make, such as I show on the chapstick kit in the other video. And you see all these precision screwdrivers, kind of commando style screwdrivers? They all may look initially the same, right? Actually not. Of all of these, only one of them, this one, will fit in an Altoids tin. And for me, that's really important. I definitely prefer bit kits that are clear so you can sort of see all the tools at once without even having to open it up. Another advantage to kits that are made of bits is you can select what selection of bits you want to carry on you. For instance, I have very little need for Phillips number 3. I fix mostly electronics, so I care about Phillips number 2 and smaller. But when you have a kit made with bits, you get to pick what bits you carry on you yourself. This has a clip on it, and that means you can use this as a dangler. The dangler lets you hang your keys from your pocket edge. Let me show you. Put your keys in your pocket and you attach the clip to the outside. So now your keys dangle nicely in your pocket without causing a big bunch up, a big bulge. So it's both a dangler and a screwdriver. So this turned out really nicely. I'm really impressed with what this would do. But what if you need more than just 3 bits? It's certainly kind of nice that this is nice and small, carries 3 bits. I certainly won't have any problem carrying this around on my keys. I don't mind its weight or size. But how many bits to carry? Only 3 bits in the cap may not be enough. It'd be nice to carry a whole kit, like one of these clear kits. This holds, for instance, 8 bits. Here's a much bulkier one, holds 23 bits. I like this one, it carries 30 bits. They're labeled too. I always prefer these clear cases. This one's quite nice. This carries 32 bits, but obviously you're not going to carry that on your keychain. So how can I carry a big amount of bits? Would you believe what I'm holding in my hand has 46 bits? Da da da! Here is my mega microbit holder. It's made out of a Tic Tac box. Not a full-size Tic Tac box, it's a smaller Tic Tac box. This is one of their sort of mini cases. If you compare it to a full-size Tic Tac box, you see it's quite a bit smaller. It's about the size of a 9-volt battery, just a little bit longer than a 9-volt battery. It's a little bit skinnier than a 9-volt battery. So let's open this up and show you what's inside. Let me detach the screwdriver first. This is a very tight fit, by the way, this attachment to the keys. This has a squash clamp on it, so if I drop it, it won't bust open. Squash clamp is just a strap of clear plastic tape, although it stays pretty shut, just all by itself, thanks to the snap-in lock on the top here. But now that I've removed that, I can actually open it up. This is the opening handle. You pull on this. First thing we get is a pull tab. This is just made out of the opening part of a roll of clear tape. Came from this transparent tape. This is a Weha microbit holder. It's called a 75802. Lets me use any of these little microbits in a full-size screwdriver. So for instance, I showed how to make this in another video. If I want to use any of these microbits inside this or any other full-size bit screwdriver, I have this on hand, which is nice. That actually serves multi-functions. So hopefully my camera angle is good now. You can see everything and it's in focus. It's a clear case. You can actually see the names of the bits through the clear case, which is nice. We have a lot of bits in there. It's, as I said, made out of a Tic Tac box. In the final production unit, I'll peel off that sticker, but I left that on so you could sort of see what it's made out of. Now let's extract it. So the first thing you do is take off the lid, remove the 75802 Weha microbit holder. You then pull the pull tab, and here's the kit. It's made out of 2 different kinds of bits. Double-sided bits on the top, single-sided bits at the bottom. And if you're wondering why, it's because these little boxes, they're trapezoidal, they're not rectangular. So you can only fit double-sided bits about halfway, then you have to do the balance in single-sided bits. But here's the case. You have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 double-sided bits, 14 single-sided bits, plus you have a double-sided bit here, so you have a total of 46 bits. This also acts actually as a 4mm hex wrench, so that's kind of 47 bits. And this not only lets you use it in full-size tools, this adapter, so you can use these micro bits in full-size 1/4-inch drive. This also, thanks to its magnet, is your extraction tool. And that's how you extract the individual bits. So here's a Phillips number 2. Even though these are micro bits, they do go up to Phillips number 2, which is nice. That covers all my needs. So obviously this kit is not going to be good if you're doing like small engine repair or giant machinery. But for electronics, which is my application, this should work fine. So despite being so small, this is actually incredibly quick and easy to use. You open the lid, take out the combination extraction tool and full-size microbit conversion. You pull out the kit, you find the particular bit that you want. This has a magnet in it so that when you stick it down, it actually grabs onto the bit that you want to help extract it. We now insert it into the tool, and let's give this a go. So I bet a lot of people are thinking little screwdrivers like that aren't going to cover full-size jobs. You really want full-size bits for that kind of application. By the way, these bits do fit these little tic-tac boxes quite nicely. You can hold about 12 inside. However, I'm going to show you that even this microbit category can handle most of my jobs in my home. In fact, there's not a single device I have with a larger than Phillips number 2 screwdriver. Let me show you what this little teeny guy can do. You can use the empty tic-tac box as your screw holder, by the way. I suppose I should give a wider angle. So even full-size repairs can be done thanks to this little teeny microbit screwdriver. Using the quick method, you push with one hand and you rotate with the other 2 fingers. Oh, I forgot to mention, I just made this internal kit by cutting the plastic of a fruit container you buy at the supermarket or Trader Joe's, places like that. Just put it together, folded it together, put some tape on it. It's a very simple design, but it's clear so you can see the actual bits, which I really like. And see what all the tips are, even while it's inside the plastic tic-tac box. So if I want to travel light, just carry the screwdriver by itself with one bit in place, a double-sided bit that'll give you 2 bits. That would be good if you just need like a screwdriver for your eyeglasses. So that's sort of the lightweight method. If you want to be able to carry it as a dangler, you can also use the clip at the top as a bit holder. This will hold up to 3 bits. So that gives you a little more. If you want a little more bit selection, you could use the chapstick modification that I showed in my chapstick duct tape video. This holds the 4mm bits, double-sided, long. So you have 6 different double-sided bits. And it's stealth, so if you're on a stealth spy mission, no one's going to know that this is a screwdriver kit. Originally made for duct tape, but works great for this application. I've reinforced the clip at the top so that won't bust open, but just by putting some extra clear tape to give it more friction. So single bit, double-sided bit, 3 bits in the cap, 12 bits if you carry this, and a grand total of 46 different bit options if you carry a double-sided bit in the main body and the extra Tic Tac box. Oh, and keep in mind, if you're thinking about doing this, you actually can make 2 of them, because the pen that you use, you cut it down. This is full length before I saw it off. So you'll have 2 of these, so you can keep one on your keychain and keep one in your micro survival kit. 2 for the price of 1. Okay, task complete. So here's how you put everything away. You put the bit that you use back in with the name facing outward. You slide this into the case. You put the Weeha adapter right there. Have a nice tight fit. Doesn't tend to open all by itself, but for extra security, we do want to put on the external strap, what I call a squash clamp. Made a few of these. So this is how you have 46 bits on your keychain for very little money and quite easy to make. So I call this a 46-in-1 screwdriver. You can actually kind of sneakily call it a 51-bit screwdriver. Want to see 51 bits come out of this? Here we go. You have to pack them in a very specific order and size. So we have 3 there. They have to be single-sided. Double-sided will not fit. They're like a millimeter longer. This is a double-sided bit. So that gives us a total of 5. The Weeha adapter acts as a 4mm hex wrench. So that gives us 6. And then we have 44 in the main body because we have 15 double-sided bits and we have 14 single-sided bits. So how does it become 51? I'll show you. We take one of these bits, we stick it in reverse, we stick the Weeha adapter in reverse, and now we have a 1/4-inch Allen wrench drive. Of course, you don't have a lot of torque, but if you had on, for instance, that double-sided long bit, that would give you enough torque to use this as an Allen wrench. So 51-in-1 screwdriver, world's smallest.